Football Manager is one of the most realistic simulations of football in real life. Their scouting is bigger than any other clubs in the world, and that is why they know about these Wonder Kids before anybody else on the planet. And sometimes transfers that always seem to happen on Football Manager happen in real life very soon after. It's kind of hard-coded in the game, some of these transfers, and it's very weird and sometimes a coincidence when it does pop up in the transfer window. So I decided to take a look at this season's summer transfer window through the eyes of Football Manager 2021. So I downloaded a recent update file up to June the 18th when I'm recording and / did this simulation of all the transfers that have already happened. So let's see if there are any new ones and if any of these clubs are making any big signings. So we're going to go through the top 5 leagues, and let's start in France then. So we can see at the top here, we're at the 1st of September, which is the end of the transfer window for all the leagues, especially the top 5, which more than likely will make these big signings. Gerson to Marseille is actually a real life transfer. It's probably going to be a very good one for Marseille, and we can see that they've actually picked up a few players. And I'm going to say, if these two aren't real life ones either, they're making waves in this transfer window. Sylvain Widmar, I think is a very good player. I've seen him a few times as a good backup right back that you can pick up from Basel. And also they have Milik, who is a very good player in this match engine. I think he has some really good attributes, which he just seems to score a lot of goals, to be honest, as Milik. But the rest of the league, so I don't know whether this is already a permanent transfer, but I've seen this around, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is. But this looks like, to me, the replacement that Leipzig are bringing in for Konate and Upamecano that are leaving for Liverpool and, of course, Bayern Munich. Daniel Pereira is also another one that is nailed on and fixed in there. Benjamin Heinrichs to Leipzig as well. Di Maria, now that's the first one I know is not an actual transfer to Real Madrid for £19 million. So he's moving back to Real Madrid. Very surprising. It's not really a transfer that I ever would expect to happen in real life, but there we go. Mike Maignan, of course, for Lille, very good goalkeeper. They've managed to win the league this year. Moving to AC Milan, who of course have lost Donnarumma. Now, if we take a look here, this guy's a right back for Ajax. He has moved to Lyon. Inbai Niang moving to, I think that's Saudi Arabia club. Florenzi, that's nailed on. Lafont, Cyprian. A few of these as well. There's going to be a lot of players which have gone for free transfers. We're going to have to look for them after, so I'll let you know about them after this. Anel Ahmed Hodzic, of course, a player that, if you watched my channel's videos, has popped up a few times, and my Twitch save, twitch.tv/Megaluke Gaming. We have him in this lovely purple, but for Fiorentina, not for Toulouse. He's out on loan already after making £4.3 million move to PSG. So we move to Germany. A few transfers that we know have already happened here. Kingsley Coman to Internazionale, though, £28.5 million. And as we know, Kingsley Coman is that guy who in every single year as a professional, wherever he has been, he has won the league from when he was 16 to whatever age he is now. And moving to Inter Milan, I mean, they've won the league in real life. That could be another one that he continues to that. How amazing would that be if he does that for the rest of his life? Marcus Edwards, the young Englishman, moved away from Tottenham to Portugal, and now he's got his move to Leipzig. £19.5 million. Very good player on this game. I mean, a young player from the Bundesliga who has a lot of potential. Young? He's 24 now. He's still youngish. Who had a lot of potential beforehand. Moving to Bayern Munich doesn't seem realistic. They always seem to make these moves, don't they? Picking up Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Weston McKennie making his move permanent to Juve. That's a good move for them. Let's take a look. Marcel Sabitzer moving to Mönchengladbach in a part exchange deal for Jonas Hoffmann as well. Odsonne Edouard moving from Celtic to Bayern Munich. Whether he will play a lot, I don't really know, behind Lewandowski, but there we go. This man has been linked to Arsenal in real life. He's moved to Club Brugge, so that's a deal that, of course, Arsenal fans would want to happen. I've seen a few Arsenal fans wanting that to happen. Hans Wolf moving club to Mönchengladbach from Leipzig. They seem to be picking up a few names, so that's quite good. Let's move on then to another league. And we go to Italy then, and there's two huge transfers which have happened at the top here. Alvaro Morata has gone back to Juventus. It's a long time since he has been there, but £41 million is the transfer. And going the other way, Dybala moves to Atletico Madrid. That's quite surprising. Another Argentinian, he is Argentinian, isn't he? Yeah, another Argentinian leaving Atletico Madrid though. Going to Internazionale is Angel Correa, who have picked up Kingsley Coman and the very injured Ousmane Dembele. Moving from Barcelona for £36 £6.5 million. Internazionale are making huge waves in the transfer market there. Some other moves, and Tomori, of course, is a permanent deal in real life. Sandro Tonali did not go to AC Milan. Instead, he goes to Lazio for £19.75 million. We have Divock Origi there from Liverpool to Roma. Put your teeth in. Luke Politano moving to Napoli. We have Mike Maignan, of course, they're going to AC Milan. We need to check to see where Donnarumma goes as that free transfer. Going down the list, Miranchuk moving to Wolves. He is not Portuguese, viewers. He is Russian. So what are Wolves doing there? That makes no sense in my eyes. And of course, if we go to Spain, we've seen a lot of these transfers happen already. So let's go down to one that we haven't seen, and it's Viktor Tsangankov. God knows. I'm really sorry, Ukrainian people. I have butchered this guy's name. Now, I know this guy has had a lot of hype before. I've seen him linked to Manchester United a few times. If they don't get Jadon Sancho, because of course they need a right midfielder. We definitely need a centre midfielder and a centre back. Let's see if that happens when we look at the Premier League. Anyway, I'm moving past the point that this guy's a very good pickup for Atletico Madrid, and for the price of £17 million, I think they would be happy with that. Emre Moore, of course, had a lot of big name about him a few years ago when he was at Dortmund. Now he's moved to Burnley. So when he was at Dortmund, he looked a special player, moving from Nordsjælland. Everybody was talking about him. Then he moved to Celta Vigo the next season. Didn't really make much sense to me. He's been there ever since. He's had one good season here, as we can see, simulated. Don't know what it's been like in real life. And a £4.9 million move to Burnley now. So there he is, playing for Burnley. Christian Pavon moving to Barcelona. This player was an absolute beast a few years ago on Football Manager. Physical monster. He's nowhere near as good now. People still pick him up though because he's very cheap. Barcelona benefiting from that. Right, of course, you guys want to know more about the Premier League. Let's take a look then. So a couple of these transfers have already happened. Let's move down to the one which hasn't in real life, and that is Ricardo Horta, who I know is a kind of right midfielder / attacking midfield. And I can already see that Manchester United, for some reason, has signed 2 right midfielders. So let's start with this one. Ricardo Horta, moving from Braga, 26 years of age. Portuguese, I guess, so he could be a friend of Bruno. So he suggested, if we can't get Jadon Sancho, you go for my mate. Ricardo, he wants to move to Manchester United. Maybe that's the conversation they had. Now, Chelsea and Arsenal love to swap players, don't they? We have William Gallas, Ashley Cole. We've had Fabregas back in the past. Olivier Giroud. And Marcus Alonso is another name to that list, moving from Chelsea to Arsenal. Usually it's the other way around. Marcus Alonso for £25 million. I mean, Manchester United, you're trying to get on the good side of your fans, and you decide to buy a player with the name of Corona. After the incident we have had in the pandemic, you decide to go for Jesus Corona. He's not a bad player. They class him as an elite winger. I don't really see that. £24 million. Again, it's on the right midfielder. They've signed Lovro Mayer, who again is an attacking midfielder. We need defenders. Sign bloody defenders. Sign a CDM. That's what we need. Anyway, a less biased look at the Premier League. We can see Divock Origi, that move that we've seen already. We can see Kaiki, of course, coming from Brazil. That's already happened. Ben Gibson going to Norwich. Moving down the list, Yersa Mosquera. Now, what was weird about this transfer was that I did a video about Yersa Mosquera, then 2 days later, Wolves signed him in real life. It was very strange. But there we go. That's something that always happens in Football Manager 2, and you guys always tweet me when those things happen, and I love it. So always do that. Always tweet me if you see a player that I spoke about moving club in a very short space of time. We'll just tweet me at all, to be honest. @Megaluk, follow me on Twitter. Don't have enough of you on there, so it'd be nice. Victor Moses moving to Spartak Moscow. His career went completely down the toilet, didn't it? After one really good season. Eduardo Salvio moving to Wolves. Now that's great. I used to love Eduardo Salvio. A few years ago when he was at Benfica, maybe FM 11-12, he was absolutely phenomenal. Now he has moved to Wolves and he's not that good anymore. That's a shame to see. Now, some big transfers, of course, we cannot see because they're free transfers and I'd have to scroll all the way down. Memphis Depay moved to Manchester City. That's a massive move there for Manchester City, picking up the free transfer of Memphis Depay, who looks like he's going to Barcelona in real life as recording this. And if we look at the Premier League transfer window, we can see where Donnarumma has gone. For some reason, Manchester City have picked up Donnarumma as well. Not only have they got Ederson, who's probably the second best goalkeeper in the world behind Oblak, they've now picked up Donnarumma, who's probably top 3, maybe top 5 at a push goalkeepers. Now they've got 2 of the best 5 goalkeepers in the world at Manchester City. Unless Ederson is deciding to move, I very much doubt it. But that pretty much is a very underwhelming transfer window, if I'm honest, because we can see here the biggest deal was £54 million, and that was the Dybala move and kind of a swap deal with Alvaro Morata and a little bit of money, really, when you look at it. But other than that, I mean, that's a very underwhelming transfer window. I'd be very disappointed as a Manchester United fan. Yes, we picked up 2 players, 1 good player at least, going forward, and a pandemic, we managed to pick that up, but the rest of it is very underwhelming, and I think every single club would feel quite underwhelmed unless you're Manchester City, who picked up Depay and Donnarumma. I think that is a very bad transfer window. I really hope this time round Football Manager is wrong. What's your opinions? Let me know down in the comments. If there's any other type of simulation stuff you'd like to see, let me know as well, and I can probably get that done for you. I'll see you soon in another video. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Bye bye.